Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about the New York drill scene, and specifically a group of rappers who, man, they're kind of down with that Pop Smoke side of things, man. They from his part of town. They from Canarsie, the part of Brooklyn, that Pop Smoke is from. And, they also claim that woo. Now, there's been a lot of headlines about the drill movement in New York City. You even got the mayor out there saying that he's trying to get rid of drill music because, he believes it promotes violence and for people to do some wild, commit crimes and things like that. Now, another story that just dropped yesterday is talking about the fact that some woo rappers pulled off an elaborate scam which netted them millions in relief funding, man. And they took to social media to brag about it, and that's eventually where they got caught. Now, before we get to the specifics and talk about this entire story, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this story coming out of Brooklyn, man. Talking about these woo rappers, and they've been referred to in most of these headlines as gangbangers, It looks like they only had one big video out there. It really didn't mention Pop Smoke or anybody else we would affiliate with woo who's a bigger known rapper, like Fivio or anything like that. But these are some guys who, according to the reports, caught onto a scam that netted them millions of dollars. I'm talking about $4.3 million. And you know what they did with that money, man? They went straight to the mall, they went straight to getting new cars, and then they went straight to social media, which was their downfall, if you ask me. Now, according to this story from the Daily Beast, the headline says this. It says, gangster scammers undone by their own flashy posts, feds say. So basically saying that their own posts on social media was the undoing of these cats and they scam, man. Now, 8 members of the Brooklyn-based Woo Gang were arrested Thursday morning after stealing $4.3 million in benefits and flaunting it online, authorities said. So basically, you see pictures of them here, and it looks like they was flashing that money. They got the new kicks. They got the matching hoodies. They was doing something with that money. One dude posing with a Maybach. So he was out there spending that money, man. Well, maybe, you're innocent until proven guilty. I'll say that. So maybe they got that from an inheritance. Who knows, right? Even though, they living in that Canarsie in Brooklyn, who is known as the Floss. So we'll see. Now, the story goes on and says this. It says, when detectives with the NYPD Intelligence Division noticed that members of Brooklyn's Woo Street Gang were posting photos of themselves on social media from luxurious locations that looked nothing like their home borough, and they were puzzled. So it looks like they were already tracking them on social media, watching them, already had them pegged as the Woo Gang members. So they said, you know what? Let's see what their activity is. And once they started to see new pictures of them popping up at luxurious places, probably with nice cars, with the nice clothes, they was like, man, where the money coming from? That was probably the first tip to their whole investigation. Now, in quotations, it says, palm trees in the background and a swimming pool. A senior law enforcement official told the Daily Beast. Movie star homes in quotations as well. So basically, they was out there balling, man. They was in movie star homes. They got the palm trees, the swimming pool, living that life. You know what I mean? Even though, it comes with a cost, man. They was probably trying to do it to as big as they could. You know what I'm saying? Now, the story continues by saying this. It says, the detectives soon understood that a number of the pictures had been taken at sumptuous rental homes far from the Canarsie, Brooklyn neighborhood where Woo, which is sometimes spelled with an extra O and reportedly stands for We on Our Own, is based. Now, the story goes on to say this. This is in quotes. It says, they were posting on all their Instagram pages where they're like in these fabulous houses, not in New York City, the official said. And these are the guys who never go more than 3 blocks from Canarsie. So you gotta wonder, what are they doing there? And how is it that they are living so large? With what racket? With what money? Like, how is this occurring? So basically, like I said, once they started noticing those posts and they were already tracking them, that was red flags. Like, man, these dudes is doing it a little too big. Like, where's the money coming from? Now, a number of the shots, which detectives said were taken in California and Florida, showed the gang members brandishing firearms. Investigators were ultimately able to match the background of at least one of the homes with an Airbnb listing. So it looks like they were renting out Airbnbs, and they were still flashing guns and stuff on their social media, even though they allegedly had a scam going. I mean, I saw a quote, and I don't want to misquote it. It was something like, you can only do one crime at a time, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing too much, you're doing too much. Now, in quotes, it also says this. It says, you'd see guys waving guns around, and you would look at it and say, where is he? The law enforcement official said. And you go through the Airbnb ads and say, okay, I got the same rental here. There's the dining room table. Here's the pool in the back that matches everything we see. During the investigation, the team of city cops and federal agents combed through bank records, tracing various withdrawals that were apparently financing the gang members' new lavish lifestyles. They soon discovered that the gang had been using false names to file for unemployment benefits administered through the federal relief program, the official said. So this is the same scam we've seen a lot of rappers get caught up in, man. As soon as those relief funds came out, it seemed like a lot of people gravitated towards that stuff, and they paid the price, man. A lot of people are seeing jail time behind that. Now, the story also says this. It says, that's when the NYPD teamed up with the Inspector General's Office of the U.S. Department of Labor and determined that a group of individuals had used more than 800 false identities to file nearly 1,000 unemployment claims, securing at least $4.3 million in illicit benefits. All of the applications were traced to a small handful of IP addresses, the officials said. Now, this is one of the things that I heard about the Baby Blue case. You know, the guy from Pretty Ricky? Like, they were able to track his IP address from his phone to see when he was checking the bank account to see if the money had hit. You know what I mean? So it's like, those things, you'll always be able to go back and check the records, man, as far as your phone or anything digital or in the digital space, man. It leaves a blueprint, or it leaves a trace for them to find that. So that case was eye-opening, I'll say that much. Now, the story goes on to list the names of all the suspects, but, we'll leave that alone for now. Now, it also says this, though. It says that they carried out the alleged scheme between March 2020 and October 2021. So that's almost a 2-year run. I mean, it's a little over a year run, like a year and a half run of committing this scheme, allegedly, right? Now, last May, several of those who were arrested appeared in a music video for a song called Trappin'. The DOJ noted in the statement, added, the lyrics of the song include, unemployment got us working a lot, a reference to the defendant's fraudulent scheme. So basically saying that they were putting it in the rap lyrics of this song called Trappin', that they were giving away with this scheme and it got them working. Now, there's also a picture of all the suspects right here from the video with their names listed, and this is straight from the Department of Justice, the case file, I'm assuming. Now, the complaint against the 8 includes screenshots of publicly accessible Instagram posts in which the Woo members are seen posing with Mercedes Maybach, a Lamborghini SUV, and a Jaguar. Among other things, the posts show them flaunting enormous stacks of money, carrying shopping bags from Saks Fifth Avenue, and making the Woo Street Gang sign with their right hand while sitting in a BMW 7 Series vehicle, the complaint states. In one photo, one of the suspects is flashing a different hand signal known as dropping rakes, which the complaint describes as a gesture intended to show disrespect to the Gangster Disciple Street Gang, an organization at war with Woo. Now, the story ends with them talking about how widespread the abuse of these programs has been, man, which is crazy. And it makes it easy, the fact that a lot of this can be done digitally because, people weren't able to go out and do things, by hand or face to face. So it made for some of the scammers out there to be able to do these things all online through phones or whatnot, right? But like I said, there's a trace. So, finding them will always be eventually, man. It's going to be eventually they're going to get to whoever was out there committing scams allegedly. Like, I don't know they were committing scams for sure. But they also end on a somber note talking about the rapper Tdott Woo and how he was just being laid to rest the day that these cats got arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a wild coincidence, man. And sad, man. It seems like they had been putting money into, different things as far as, buying cars and stuff like that, but they were also invested in the rap music and the rap game, so that's why we talking about it today. But what do you guys think about this story, man? Do you think there's going to be more coming out of this, man? Or are we going to see more rappers in the drill sector involved in such schemes in the future? Or do you feel like, man, most people got the message when the first group of people started getting arrested, and this is probably the last time we'll hear about any rappers getting caught up in any of this stuff as far as PPP is concerned, as far as any of these protection programs or whatever, or relief programs. Now with that, this being your boy Big Man, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.